Let's compare the iPhone 6 launched recently in September 2014 with the other good Android phones, and Sony Xperia Z is one of them. So let's compare iPhone 6 with Sony Xperia. We'll start with the screen size. The iPhone 6 has a screen size of 4.7 inch, and the Sony Xperia has a screen size of 5 inch, slightly bigger, and Xperia Z also has a better resolution. That makes Sony Xperia slightly better than iPhone 6 as far as the specifications are concerned. But if you want a bigger phone and you want to stick with Apple, you have the choice of iPhone 6 Plus. So far, you did not have the choice for a bigger phone before the launch of iPhone 6 in September 2014. The things have changed, and Apple has basically joined the bandwagon of bigger and larger phones with iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus. The iPhone 6 Plus is 5.5 inch and has the same resolution as Xperia Z. But if we are in this video, we are comparing the Xperia Z with iPhone 6, and the Xperia seems to win the race here. The camera, in terms of camera, the Sony Xperia has a 13.1 megapixel camera, but while iPhone 6 has 8 megapixel camera. But the megapixel is only half the story, and we expect the camera performance to be similar, even though Sony Xperia has a higher megapixel. iPhone 6 also supports the slow-mo in video capture at 120 and 250 frames per second, which Xperia Z does not have. But in iPhone 6 Plus, we also have optical image stabilization that is not available in Xperia. In terms of operating system, we have iOS versus Android. iOS is easy, simple to use, intuitive, while Android slightly difficult for the beginners, but it has some good features in terms of interoperability with the Windows operating system. You can just drag and drop the MP3, music, video, and pictures. With Apple, you will have to stick with Apple's ecosystem to work as easily. Now, the Xperia allows you to expand the storage using a micro SD card. With Apple iPhone 6, you are stuck with the storage that you purchased with. The lower cost version comes with 16 GB, and if you want 64 GB, you will have to give out $100, and that too right at the time of purchase. There are other features which differentiate these two smartphones, in the sense that Xperia has a micro USB connector that you can use to hook other things, for example an external camera potentially, or any other thing that comes from the USB. It also has a TV out. In iPhone, you get the near field communication, fingerprint ID, and barometer. The Xperia has slightly bigger battery, 2330 mAh, versus iPhone 6 1800 mAh. But even with the smaller battery, iPhone 6 processor is more efficient, and you can expect a similar battery life. We still do not have the actual figure or use figure, but that's something we will cover later on. The iPhone 6 Plus has a much bigger battery life, and if you are really looking for a bigger battery life and you want to stick with Apple, iPhone 6 Plus would be a better choice. In terms of processor, both have fairly fast processor, and you should not feel any lag in processor performance. Apple comes with A8 processor, which is 25% faster than its earlier A7 processor used in iPhone 5s. The Sony Xperia comes with Snapdragon S4 processor, which is 1500 megahertz quad-core processor. The Apple one is a 1.4 gigahertz dual-core processor. Apple A comes with 1 gigabyte of RAM, while the Snapdragon S4 comes with the Sony Xperia phone actually comes with 2 gigabyte of RAM. But Apple does a much better job in utilizing the processor and the RAM because it has a tighter integration between its software, its operating system, and its hardware, which allows you to run more efficiently. So to be exactly technical perspective, Apple A8 is faster so far that we have seen. In terms of pricing, the pricing without contract, we are not taking any service, 2-year contract or anything like that. That will give us more apple to apple comparison in the price. iPhone 6 comes for $649. Xperia Z is much less at about $400. That's a $250 price difference. So if you are budget constrained and if you really want a cheaper smartphone with all the basic functionality, I would say Xperia Z is not bad. And the only thing that comes near to Xperia Z with similar performance is the Google's Nexus 5 at $349. But if you really want to get the latest phone, you want to stick with Apple, you like the Apple's operating system, its user interface, and good looks, then of course iPhone is always the evergreen smartphone to buy.